Yo, what is up, Sexy Beast? Crazy Rabbit here, and today we're just going to be doing a comparison between the old Mob of the Dead, or I should say Black Ops 2 Mob of the Dead, and the Mob of the Dead in Revelations, so let's go ahead and get this shit started. So Mob of the Dead in Revelations is kind of small, and it's kind of different from the other sections that they actually brought back. So like, Verrückt was pretty big, Kino was pretty big, Shangri-La I guess was kind of small, but they kept Shangri-La, and when it came to Mob of the Dead, they kind of changed a couple of the things around, and I can sort of see why they actually did it, so that way they could actually keep the flow of the map going, because if they would have just brought like this section of Mob of the Dead back, there would have just been way too many doors and pathways to sort of seal off or do something about, and it really wouldn't have been that open as they probably would have wanted it to be, so I can sort of see why they changed it up a little bit. The main difference is the infirmary. The infirmary in Mob of the Dead was pretty big, and it was actually just a bunch of different rooms, but in Revelations, it's actually just one big room. And there are a couple other minor differences, but really what stayed the same was the cafeteria. That is almost the exact same as the original Mob of the Dead, but everything else kind of has a little bit of changes here and there. But overall, I think they did a pretty good job of keeping Mob of the Dead, Mob of the Dead. They didn't really change too much up to where you really can't even recognize it, but they didn't keep it the exact same. They actually added a little bit more to it, so that way it can be a little bit more enjoyable. So I'm very curious to know, what do you guys think of the changes that they actually made? Do you guys like them or do you hate them? So if you guys could, please have a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Peace!
Where are we going from here? Where do we go? Are we all blinded by fear? How do we know? How do we know?